What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and it is that time again for the Sunday battle, Matchbox versus Hot Wheels, and who did it better. Now, last week we had a pretty good matchup. We had the custom Bronco from Hot Wheels going up against the Bronco from Matchbox, and in the end, it was the Matchbox that edged out the Hot Wheels. Then we saw a head-to-head matchup against two supercars, one from Hot Wheels, one from Matchbox, and I'm talking about the Koenigsegg Chimera, where we saw very, very, very similar, even, nice lines, everything about the cars, but in the end, the Hot Wheels team came through with their rendition of the Chimera. Well, it's no different this week. We have a new head-to-head matchup for week number 2, where it is 1-to-1. Matchbox has one, Hot Wheels has one. Let's take a look at what our competitors look like this week. We'll go ahead and start off with the Hot Wheels entry, and it is this beautiful one out of the Hot Wheel Exotics. It is the gray Tesla Roadster. Now, this is a beautiful casting from Hot Wheels, but this time we're starting in the package so that you can see how they display, and then we'll take them out of the package and you can see how they look up close. We'll go through the specifications, how they're built. We'll look at them upside, downside, all around, and aside. All right, and going head to head against Hot Wheels entry for the Tesla Roadster is this beauty from Matchbox. And of course, it is also a Tesla Roadster in a matte purple or maroon. And this will be the Matchbox entry for the head-to-head Hot Wheels versus Matchbox. So here we go, guys. Let's get these out of the package and see what they look like up close. All right, guys, here we go. And here is a close-up look of the Hot Wheels entry for the Tesla Roadster. As you can see, it's done in a metallic silver. They went with, again, their go-to 10 spokes in black. You've got some great detail on the front. You've got the headlight tampos, the front Tesla tampo. Coming across over here into the top, we can see they went with the full moonroof. So it goes all the way through the back, transparent glass, blacked out windows, which would lead me to believe there is probably not an interior in there, but we can verify that by taking a look. So if we look down in there, yeah, even though we've got a smoked out window, yep, there is an interior in there. So let's take a look underneath. Again, we've got the flat base, no detail to the base, and that doesn't necessarily detract from the vehicle, but it is going to count against it in the overall head-to-head matchup, especially if we get that Tesla Roadster out of the package from Matchbox, and they did it. What I do like about the Hot Wheels, sleek lines. I feel like they caught this casting really well in the way that it was designed. And you can see that they got right into the body molds here to really show and accentuate how the Tesla Roadster looks. Now, obviously, the Tesla Roadster looks different than any other Tesla on the road because of its clean lines. And I think that's what Hot Wheels was trying to get with their design team over there to design this one and get it looking nice. It's a great color setup. Silver and black always look great. Of course, we have the Tesla badge here on the back. Let me get that to focus. We got the tail light tampos there and then the little license plate there. Give it one more spin. That way you can take a look at that and see for yourself what we're dealing with here on this beautiful Tesla Roadster from Hot Wheels. All right. So now we got the entry coming in, and it will be our entry from the Matchbox team. Let's get this thing out of the package and get it up here onto the turntable so we can take a look at it all the way around. So here we go. And onto the turntable we go. And here is the beautiful entry from the Matchbox team. Again, through and through, all the way across the top, bumping it right off of here. You're able to see right down in there, a little clear plastic, smoked but not blacked out. Now, as we get a little bit closer here on the Tesla, you can see a lot of the details that stand out really well. I think it was a great choice to go with this matte purple because look at the lines. Already, you can see the lines, the way that they cast this car, vice what you saw inside the casting for the Hot Wheels. They went with their nice 10 spoke as well It's not one you see on a lot of vehicles, but it always is really great to accentuate some of these more exotic cars, and I think it was a great wheel choice. Again, you know my opinion on the 10 spokes from Hot Wheels. I feel like they go to that wheel way too much, and you're starting to see a lot of cars that look very similar. If you were to take a look at some of the cars that are very similar in body style to the Hot Wheels design, you might see some similarities with the Tesla and other cars because they look so similar with those wheel choices. All right, so let's take a look at this thing top to bottom. So again, you can see right down into the cab there, you can see the seating, the steering wheel, smoked instead of black. Come around here to the front, of course, got the beautiful headlight details on this thing, the really nice Tesla emblem there, and then much more clear and easy to see are the details on the back with the tail lights and the Tesla emblem. We have the diffuser splitting on the back, and of course that front splitter. And underneath, just like Hot Wheels, we have a flat bottom, so really no other designs on the bottom. So head to head, they're pretty equal in that department. One more time here on the turntable, take a look at the Tesla Roadster from Matchbox. All right, let's get to the next ones. These are some really, really good castings as well. This is probably going to be one of the more difficult ones for me. Let's get to the next castings and see what we got. All right, guys, so here we are. This is the matchup for round number 2. We have the 2023 70-year entry for Matchbox. It is the 2020 Corvette going up against the 2022 casting from Hot Wheels, also the 2020 Corvette. So let's get them out of the package, take a look at them closely, and let's make a decision on which one is better. Now, I am going to make a decision on both sets of castings at the end. That way, I can really give myself time to think about it and make sure that I'm making a really good choice this time as far as how I'm picking Hot Wheels or Matchbox. So let's get these things out of the package, come right back, and with the magic, it'll be just like this. Well, here we go. We are set, and it is time to take a look at the first entrance. We'll go with Matchbox first this time. And of course, it is this beautiful casting coming in from Matchbox. Now, this is out of the 70th anniversary edition, 2023. And I gotta tell you right now, this thing is a stunner. In hand, out of the package, look at the lines on this car. I am almost positive that when Corvette gave the Matchbox team the licensing, or should I say Chevrolet, GMC, whichever, this is what they were hoping to see in a car representing their one-to-one vehicle, the C8 Corvette. So as we come around, we can see it's in this beautiful white pearlescent with a black racing stripe up the front. It got the full treatment of tampoed headlights on the front because there's not a lot of tampo going on here on the side. You've got tampos here on the side door where the little vent system is. Coming around the back, we do see a little bit of taillight tampo there on the back. Nothing for the license plate, but an overall really nice presentation. You see everything on this car in this beautiful white, and white always is hard to capture detail in, but for some reason on this C8 from Matchbox, we see all of the details. Coming up here to the roof, let's take a look at it a little bit closer. You can see just how crafty they were in cutting these beautiful roof details into here. And when I'm telling you it looks great from the side, look at the side representation and profile on this car. Every detail that you would want to see on a C8 Corvette is captured. All of the front grille detail is sitting there, and it is built into the actual die cast, unlike some of the Matchbox, where it is part of the plastic. All the way back around to the back where you have the little diffuser here in the back, the details for where the taillights and the license plate would be. And then looking underneath, we have a little bit of the suspension details in here, but nothing for the exhaust. But really nice entry from Matchbox. All right, let's go ahead and zoom back out, and we'll take a look at the offering from Hot Wheels. I'm going to crack it out of the package here, and we'll get it up here on the turntable so that we can take a look and analyze this one even closer. All right. Now, right away, this thing is a stunner in this blue. I think this was a great paint choice by Hot Wheels for this. Again, it's coming out of the Exotic series, so we're going to get to see some of the details on here that are not going to be muddled up by side tampos or sponsorship logos. It's a very clean casting, really nice to look at. It's got these nice Y5 wheels on it, which is a good choice for this car. I'm glad they didn't go with 10 spokes on this one. There you go with that beautiful headlight detail there. You've got the Corvette emblem up there on the front. Now, in comparison, let's take a look at the body lines like we did with the Matchbox rendering of this casting. You can still see a lot of that side split detail that's there, but as you come up top, there's a little less clarity in how they cut in to the roof. And what I mean by that is the details don't stand out quite as sharply, and it should stand out very sharply in this blue. It's a metallic blue, so a lot of the details should be captured. When we take a look at it from the back, we're seeing a similar profile that we did see in the Matchbox. You're getting to see some of the lower tail light detail on here as well. Hard to make out the emblems on the back because of this color. And then we'll flip it over, and again, we have a flat base with no detail, not even suspension detail in here. And again, that's usually just a cost-cutting measure. It's bases that they have for other cars or may not be designed for this car, and they want to be able to reuse them. So that's usually what they're going to do. Again, all of the molding features in the front are part of the die cast, like we saw in the Matchbox, as well as the rear of this car. But overall, a great paint scheme, great color, and I think this is a solid entrance in this head-to-head matchup from the Hot Wheels team. All right, well, let's get the two winners up here on the turntable. I'm going to tell you why I picked them and why they are my head-to-head winners in this Week 2 matchup between Hot Wheels and Matchbox. All right, guys, here we go. And these are the winners. Oh, the Tesla wants to go to the charging station, I think. Let's get him back up in here. All right, so I went with the C8 Corvette from Matchbox, this 2023 release. It just had cleaner lines, a better look overall. I love the wheel choices, everything balances. As for the Tesla, the matte paint was on point, money, and the casting itself, the overall representation of what you would expect to see from a Tesla Roadster was captured in this beautiful casting from the Matchbox team. So, where does that put us? Well, no winners this week from the Hot Wheels side of the house. Again, these are my opinions. It doesn't mean that you don't have a different opinion than me, and I would love to hear your opinions of which casting you felt were better in the comments below. But for this week, we've got a 2-0 Matchbox over Hot Wheels, bringing the Week 2 total of 3 votes for Matchbox to 1 for the Hot Wheels team. All right, guys. Well, that's going to wrap it up for this segment of Hot Wheels versus Matchbox. We'll be coming back next Sunday and every Sunday, putting castings head-to-head from the Matchbox team, from the Hot Wheels team, and letting you hear from me where I feel they fall when they're in a head-to-head matchup and which one is better, and allowing you to go ahead and throw your comments in there and letting me know which one is your choice. But until next time, guys, it's still me, Super JDM Diecast, and I am out.